All right, so we're going to start with the Notion Clipper. And you guys probably know this by now, but it can add a full web page into your workspace with the actual content so you can read it and take notes. So I'm on this program, do things that don't scale. I click the Notion Clipper. It's my library, rad reads. I hit save page. Okay, I want to add Tim Urban career. Why career? How to pick a career that fits you. Amazing page, amazing article. Once again, I go in here, my library, and then I hit save page. Boom. Okay. I flip over to Notion, and you will see there's some other articles that I added before, but here's Paul Graham's do things that don't scale. And here is the how to pick a career. Wait, why? So now we've got a list of articles, which by the way, we can look at in like different views, like a gallery view. Um, but what I wanted to do is add some metadata. So we have the URL, date created. Date created is automatic. I'm going to add a single select called medium. And this is going to be a single select. And so I configure the options. It's going to be either article or video or podcast. Okay, so that's one category that we'll add. And then I'm going to delete this. Then I'll add another category that will be reread. And this will be a checkbox. So this notes like I want to reread it. And then I will add another category that says share with. And this will be multi-select. And this could be my team. This could be my, let's see, my community. This could be other entrepreneurs. Okay. And then we'll add a text box, which is key takeaways. And this will all make sense in our next video. So next I'm going to create a score for each article. The thinking being, if I've gone through the effort to fill in data in each of these fields, then it should be a more important article. So what I'll do here is I'll create a score. Let's do medium score. And this will be a formula or an advanced type. And so what I'll do here is I'll say if, and don't worry, you can have the templates. If medium is not empty, if it's not empty, then give it a score of 2, else give it a score of 0. So I've got a few parentheses missing here. Cool, so you see it gave them all zeros. And if I made this one article, my score would change to 2. I'm not going to bore you with all the details, but I'm going to do this for every single one of these, and then I'll be back to you. All right, some serious magic's about to go down here. So I added the same formula, basically assigning a score if this field is filled out. So if I say share it, it gets 2. If I say reread, it gets a 5. And if I wrote up a takeaway, it gets an 8 because that's like a sign that this thing's rad. So now I need to aggregate them all together. So I'll add another column, the left. It's going to be score, and then I make this a formula, and it's super simple. Just click into it, and these are all my variables. So it's medium score plus reread score plus share score plus takeaway score. Done. So they're all set at 0. I'm going to do a little trick here. I'm going to sort, add sort by score descending. Okay, now watch what happens. How to pick a career that actually fits you. I'm going to say that's an article. Boom. Do things that don't scale. I love that one. That's an article. That's on the reread list. Boom, pops to the top. Key takeaway there is applies to generosity as well. Watch, that score just turned into a 15. How to make work feel like play. I wrote that. I might want to share that with my team, with other entrepreneurs. Gives it a 2. How to be an effective executive. Not into that. Mindset. Let's see. The question man. I like that piece. Oh, this is a 1 for every year. Joy of being a woman herself. Definitely reread every year. Pops into that. And I would say that key takeaway here is that you stop taking yourself seriously. And so that's ranked a 13, but I shared this with the community, so it pops up to a 15. Let's see, Para, that's a Tiago Forte. That's not a reread article, but I like it, and I have shared it with my community, so that one will rank up to a 4. So right there, you see we have a score for our top articles. And I'm going to show you one last trick in the next video. All right, now in this last video, we're going to surface up articles that have a score that have also not been modified in a while. So you'll see we have 2 stories here that weren't modified since 2008. When I mean modified, it means you've added metadata, but it also means you can just go in here and write notes. So what I'll do first is I'll create a new view. It's going to be a gallery, so make things easier. Oops. I'm going to call this needs review. And I'll make it a gallery. I'll hit create. So right away it gives us every article, and you'll see the Tim Urban one, the how to make work feel like play. So the first thing I'll do is I will filter it by score is greater than equal to 2. So that gets me like articles that have at least 1 tag. Then I'll do a sort that will say show me last modified. Let's say descending. Last modified descending. So this would be the most recently modified, last recently modified. Now here's what it. Oh, let me add a few properties so we could see the key takeaways. We could see the score. I'm gonna move the sort to the top. You'll see that 15.2, and then add a URL so we can read it. Okay. And I'll make the cards larger. So now I want to say, remember, I'm using a trick. If I modified the note, which means basically I added information to it, which means that I find that article useful, it changes the modify date, and then it will pop out of my needs review queue. And so what I do here is I do a filter, I add a filter, and I go to date is last modified, and I will say is within the past year. Boom, those 2 old articles popped out. I know that I have to go in and add a change to this, and actually, I know I need to go in and make a change here, and then those articles will also pop out. So I hope you found that helpful. It's a bit technical, but you get the principle that you have so many levers at your disposal that you can make some really, really powerful automations that are customized to, in my case, the wacky way in which my brain thinks. Hope you